It's November 2025. The air is crisp, and the city moves with its usual rhythm, but beneath the surface, something feels off. If you listen to officials, everything is fine. Better than fine even. They talk about resilience, soft landings, and point to charts that look great. The headlines are full of optimism, and leaders assure us that the economy is strong, that we're weathering the storm better than anyone expected. But for millions, that story is pure fantasy. The reality: people are choosing between groceries and medicine, working full-time but still falling behind. The cost of living keeps rising, and paychecks just don't stretch far enough. Every trip to the store is a reminder of how much tighter things have become. While leaders reassure us, a quiet panic is spreading in kitchens, in break rooms, in late-night conversations about bills and layoffs. Friends whisper about job cuts, neighbors worry about rent, and families wonder how long they can hold on. This isn't a dramatic crash like 2008, it's a slow, grinding erosion of security, a silent collapse of the American job market, hidden by misleading headlines. The signs are everywhere: shuttered shops, empty offices, neighborhoods growing quieter as opportunities dry up. The government points to a 4.3% unemployment rate, insisting there's no emergency. But that number is designed to hide pain, not measure it. It doesn't count the people who've given up, or those working two jobs just to scrape by. It's like calling a shark attack an unfortunate aquatic encounter. Technically true, but missing the bloody details. The language softens the blow, but the danger is real, and everyone feels it. This is a leaky pipe in the wall. At first, you just notice a smell, a spot. The landlord says, "It's nothing," but the discomfort lingers, and you can't shake the feeling that something is wrong. But you know something's wrong. The spot grows, the smell worsens, and you realize disaster is brewing behind the wall. The problem is ignored until it's too big to hide. The official story says the house is fine, but millions can smell the mold and see the rot spreading day by day. The truth is, the quiet panic is real, and it's growing, even if the headlines refuse to name it. Let's talk about that 4.3% unemployment number. On the surface, it sounds reassuring, almost like proof that the economy is humming along, but that number is a lie of omission, hiding a much harsher reality beneath the surface. To be counted as unemployed, you have to be actively looking for work, sending out resumes, going to interviews, not just hoping for a call. If you give up after months of searching, if you stop looking out of frustration or exhaustion, you simply vanish from the official statistics. The system erases you, as if you never existed in the workforce at all. Right now, 5.4 million Americans have been erased this way. Add them to the 8.2 million officially unemployed, and suddenly, the picture darkens. The true scale of the crisis becomes impossible to ignore. Job growth has collapsed. Just 22,000 jobs added in August, a fraction of what's needed. In June, we actually lost jobs for the first time in years, a warning sign that can't be brushed aside. The engine of job creation has stalled, but officials try to spin it as a scenic pit stop, downplaying the pain felt by millions of families. Underemployment is rampant. Your hours are cut, you lose benefits, and you juggle multiple part-time jobs just to scrape by. Many are forced to accept work far below their skill level just to keep the lights on. You're employed, but you're broke. The paycheck barely covers rent, let alone groceries or medical bills. Manufacturing, the backbone of America, has lost 78,000 jobs this year. States like Ohio and Michigan are seeing layoffs surge, with entire communities feeling the impact. The jobs that replace them are often temporary, part-time, and pay far less. Benefits are rare, and job security is a thing of the past. This is the real story: disappearing workers, shrinking jobs, and a job market in crisis. The numbers they show you are just the tip of the iceberg. Even if you have a job, or three, your paycheck doesn't go as far as it used to. More and more people are juggling multiple gigs, hustling from one shift to the next, just to keep up with the basics. The days of relying on a single job to cover your bills and save a little are fading fast. Real wages are down 2.3% from last year. You worked hard, maybe got a tiny raise, but you're poorer than before. That paycheck you counted on now barely covers what it used to, and every dollar seems to disappear faster than ever. Meanwhile, food prices are up 19% since 2021, rent averages over $2,100 a month, essentials like groceries and housing are eating up a bigger chunk of your income, leaving less for everything else, let alone savings or emergencies. Energy costs are up 9% in a year. Gas, electricity, and heating are all more expensive, squeezing your budget even tighter. Your paycheck shrinks while the cost of living explodes, making it harder to get ahead. Why? Companies are pouring billions into automation. Machines don't need healthcare or raises. Robots and software are replacing jobs that once provided stability, and the trend is only accelerating. The jobs that remain are often gig work. No rights, no benefits, no stability. Workers are left to fend for themselves, piecing together income from unpredictable short-term gigs. Corporations are spending a record $1.1 trillion on stock buybacks, not on wages or jobs. Instead of investing in their workers, they're funneling profits back to shareholders. They're making the rich richer, inflating a stock market bubble, and leaving workers behind. The gap between those at the top and everyone else keeps growing, fueling frustration and uncertainty. The new corporate playbook: maximize profits, minimize labor costs, and reward shareholders instead of the people who do the work. For millions, it means working harder than ever, but ending up with less. This isn't just an American problem, it's global. Canada's unemployment is up, Germany's manufacturing is sputtering, the UK faces rising joblessness and inflation. The G7's growth is the weakest since 2009. Everyone's in the same leaky boat, arguing while the water rises. But the pain is local. Shuttered stores, graduates stuck in unpaid internships, factory workers replaced by robots. Global trends aren't just charts. They're why your local diner closed, why your neighbor works 2 jobs and still falls behind. The problem is global, but the consequences are personal. Here's the most infuriating part. While most people struggle, the stock market is booming, up $11 trillion since mid-2024. Headlines celebrate new highs, but it's a party you're not invited to. The stock market is now a casino for the rich, fueled by buybacks and bailouts. The top 1% get richer while the bottom 90% fall behind. Companies cut labor costs to boost profits, making their stocks more attractive. Your pain is their gain. Politicians point to the Dow as proof of success, but it's a distraction. Judging the economy by the stock market is like judging health by the shininess of a yacht. It ignores everyone who can't even afford a canoe. When the economy falters, everyone looks to the Fed. They've cut rates from 5.5% to 4%, trying to jumpstart growth, but it's not working. Inflation is still high. Food prices are up 18% since the pandemic. The Fed is trapped. Cut rates too much, inflation worsens. Don't cut enough jobs, vanish. Banks aren't lending, they're hoarding $3.4 trillion in cash, scared of defaults and a weak job market. The Fed can print money, but it can't force banks to lend or businesses to hire. Even Fed Chair Powell admits the risks are high and options are running out. The doctor's medicine might not work. While officials talk growth, families are drowning in debt, $17.6 trillion more than China's entire economy. Credit card debt is at $114 trillion, with interest rates over 24%. People borrow just to survive. Wages aren't keeping up, so people put expenses on cards, take out loans, use buy now, pay later. It's a time bomb. The personal savings rate is at a 20-year low. Over 60% of households can't cover a $400 emergency without borrowing. Delinquencies are rising. Auto loan defaults up 42%. Credit card delinquencies at a decade high. These aren't just numbers. They're families getting collection calls, losing cars, and watching their credit scores collapse. The debt bomb isn't just ticking. It's already going off in homes across America. Households aren't the only ones drowning in debt. Corporations owe $13.7 trillion. They borrowed cheap, bought back stock, paid dividends, and now the free money era is over. Defaults are rising, up 41% in a year. Companies that looked strong are struggling to pay real interest. To save money, they lay off workers, which weakens the economy and triggers more defaults, a doom loop. Commercial real estate is a ticking time bomb. $2.2 trillion in debt needs refinancing by 2027, but buildings are worth less, and rates are higher. Regional banks and pension funds are at risk. While Wall Street shines, the real economy is rotting underneath. An economy runs on confidence, faith that hard work pays off, that the future will be better. Right now, that confidence is collapsing. People see a rigged system, politicians who don't care, and a frightening future. Consumer sentiment is near recession levels. 2/3 of workers fear losing their jobs. Most say their income hasn't kept up with inflation. When people are scared, they stop spending, businesses lose revenue, layoffs increase, and fear spirals. This isn't just an economic problem, it's a social and political crisis. Ignoring it won't make it go away. The solutions are tough but real. Help families, regulate Wall Street, invest in good jobs. But first we have to admit the truth. The house isn't fine. The foundation is crumbling. If we don't act, it will collapse on all of us.